Labour leader Ed Miliband's been in Birmingham today to launch his party's campaign for electing police commissioners. The new commissioners will have the power to hire and fire chief constables. Labour's already promising it will put more bobbies on the beat.
Well, BBC Coventry and Warwickshire's political reporter Sian Grezchek was at the launch today. Tell us a bit more about these commissioners, because we don't actually know that much about them, do we?
No, we don't. And when you talk to quite a few people, not many people do. I was talking to a police officer just last week and he wasn't quite sure exactly what these commissioners will mean in practice. But essentially, as you say, they'll have the power to appoint the chief constable, but also crucially to get rid of him as well if they don't feel he's doing a good enough job. They'll also be able to set the force budget and come up with a 5-year plan, a strategy, if you will, for how crime will be tackled over the next few years. Now, earlier today, Ed Miliband was answering questions at a local community centre in Quinton about his thoughts on commissioners.
And what exactly did Ed Miliband say?
Well, he was critical of the government's decision, really, to hold these elections in November.
Given that these elections are going to take place, Labour's determined to make the best of a bad job. I think it is an opportunity for people to offer their views on the 20% cuts we've seen to the police. So many police being taken off the streets, including here in the West Midlands. But, you know, I have to say, if I were the government, I wouldn't be holding these elections at all, but I certainly wouldn't be holding them in November.
Early days, I suppose, but do we know who any of the candidates are yet?
Yes, well, now that we're just a few months away, we're starting to have candidates putting their hands up, if you will, and saying, I would like to stand. No sign of any independent candidates, but the former MP for Warwick and Leamington, James Plaskett, he's going to be standing in Warwickshire for Labour. Fraser Pithy, who is the former chair of Warwickshire Police Authority, he'll be standing for the Conservatives in Warwickshire. And in the West Midlands, Bob Stevens has been announced this morning by Ed Miliband as the Labour candidate, and the Conservatives are expected to make their announcement in July. But you can find out more on the Sunday Politics programme this Sunday at 12 o'clock on BBC1.
OK, Sian, thanks very much indeed. And you can read more about the battle to become the region's new police and crime commissioners on our political editor's blog. That's at bbc.co.uk/Patrick Burns.